Do you think she's abusive?
I don't think she is. I think she yells sometimes. Like, she doesn't yell often, and it's only if, like, if she's asked me to do something
Didn't you
a
go
billion
to
times.
the rape and abuse center?
Yes, I did.
And report that she was abusive?
I did not.
What did you do?
I went there because my mom asked me to go there because I told her I had a panic attack, and she said that I was repressing something and I needed to be seen.
Yeah. Do you think you should be called an idiot?
Well, no.
I mean, do you think that's normal in a relationship?
No. It was a long time ago. I mean, she hasn't called me names recently, and if she's called me names, we call each other names, like, joking.
I have a definition of abuse that I think both of you should look at, because I suspect you've been on both ends of this along the way. But this is from the Aspire Initiative, which is my wife Robin's program that she's put together for people that find themselves in these situations. And definitions of abuse: physical abuse, obviously. That's any intentional use of physical force with the intent to control a partner. Emotional or verbal abuse, that's an attempt to control a partner through manipulation of their self-esteem, their sense of personal security, relationships with others, or their perception of reality. Often it results in the victim feeling worthless and responsible for the abuse. So emotional and verbal abuse, it's the attempt to control a partner through the manipulation of their self-esteem or their security. So if somebody's calling you names and putting you down by telling you those things, that's abuse. They never lay a hand on you, but if they're demeaning you, putting you down, saying you're worthless, you're ignorant, you're stupid, you're inept, you're incompetent, that's abusive. Do you agree that that's abusive?
Yes.
Do you agree that that's abusive?
Yeah.
And you lived with that, right?
Yes.
You agree that that's abusive?
Yes.
So sexual abuse, of course, impacts ability to control their sexual activity. Digital abuse is a form of emotional verbal abuse that uses technology, like if they're sending you messages or whatever. Demanding passwords, checking cell phones, controlling your cell phone, taking it away from you, cutting you off from being able to freely contact for others or be contacted for others. Because the number one tool of the abuser is isolation. So they cut you off from resources, family, friends, church, community, neighbors. If they're getting your passwords, checking your cell phone, any of those things, does that go on between you two?
The only time she's ever had my phone is if she's asked me if she can use it, or I've let her call somebody, or something like that.
Which doesn't usually happen because I usually have my phone.
And if you go off without one another, is there any of this blowing up the cell phone with?
It goes both ways. If she leaves, I text her too. We don't like being by ourselves.
If you go off with your mother or your little sister or something like that, does she blow up your cell phone?
She'll text me and like see what's going on and see if I know when I'm coming back, but I do the same to her.
And then financial abuse, the use of finances or access to finances to control a partner. It can involve hiding accounts, hiding debt, giving you an allowance, getting you in a situation where you can't afford to be apart because you have to be together. So a lot of people think of abuse as just getting hit, but it's a lot of different things. So as you look at that, do either of you think you're in an abusive relationship?
No.
You don't think so?
No.